What's up, guys? Sleepz here with another episode of My Journey to an Ultimate Team. We're starting this episode off in our transfer list, showing that we did manage to sell everything that we were trading with at the end of last episode for our target prices. So we made like 15 to 20,000 coin profit in that session. And now you see here I have 3 Douglas Costas in my transfer list. That is because I picked these up actually before Juve were going to play Milan this weekend. And I was hoping that Costa would get subbed on and score or pick up an assist because he had already actually picked up 2 assists midweek. So I thought if he does literally anything this weekend, he's guaranteed to get in form. So I picked up these 3 hoping that would happen. It did not happen, but Juventus actually have a game on Tuesday. So hopefully they're going to have to like rest some players and maybe on the weekend he'll get a start. Who knows? So I've kind of invested into a couple of those guys. Now moving on to today's trading, you guys see here I picked up an Inzaghi for 383,000 coins. I'm going to look to list them up for 415k, which isn't as much profit as I've made on the other icons, but nonetheless, it should be a profit of 11,250 if we sell for 415, which isn't that bad at all. To me, if you make anything above 10,000 coins on one trade, that's a decent trade. So moving on to some seasoned matches, my matchmaking is actually working this time around. We got it to fix itself essentially. I didn't do anything, it just started eventually working, and we're kind of in a bad spot. I started off poorly. There seems to be a trend going on for the past 2 or 3 divisions. I just don't manage to start these off well enough. So we need to basically win out to get the title. And anything less than that will mean promotion, and if we really don't see out these games and start off games like this going down 1-0, we could possibly not be looking at relegation, but actually just hold Division 3 and have to do it all over again, which would suck. So we really don't want that. So as you guys can see, this guy's actually getting the first chances here. He goes up 1-0, and that second shot, even though it didn't look like it was a Handanovic save, Handanovic actually saved that one-on-one. So that was super clutch, keeping us alive in this game. But overall, I would say he had the better of the chances in this one. And at this point, it's the 85th minute. I really need to get something going. He hits me on the break. Alessandrini, which seems to be in everybody's team nowadays, is up. He makes it 2-0. And that was it. I couldn't come back. It was too late. And Alessandrini is just amazing in this game. He seems to make it into so many teams too. It just kind of shows how much Ultimate Team has changed over the years. It's like so many people would have just ignored that card years ago, but I feel like nowadays it's gotten so much more competitive, Ultimate Team, that people like care about the stats a lot more and will just try to make these players fit into their team or sub them on, if anything. So anyhow, moving on to this next, this guy had a pretty stacked team. He actually has Rui Costa in there as well as Hullet, and he was actually playing Hullet at striker, which was a bit strange, especially because he actually didn't change formation or anything. He never paused the game. He just kept Hullet up there for the majority. Eventually he does make a sub, but we'll talk about that when we get to that part of the game. So we're up 2-0 in this one, fortunately for us, because like I said, this guy's got a great team, so I will take anything. And again, we concede yet another kickoff goal, which is such a headache. I really don't know how to remove this from my game. I don't know what I have to do. Do I have to just foul somebody? What do we have to do? You see there, the deflection falls out wide, crosses it, and mine is just wide open at the back stick. Immobile is going to pass this off to Hamsik, and Hamsik to João Mario, and João Mario rips one from distance, which João Mario, I just love that guy. I can't say it enough. He's definitely my favorite midfielder out of both teams, to be honest. He gets involved so much. We make this one 4-1. I'm not sure why this guy's bringing out his goalkeeper so much. You saw it cost him a goal with a chip earlier when we made it 2-0, and it easily cost him that goal right there. We go up 4-1. But back to what I was saying about the midfielders. Oh, quickly, before I get to that, you guys see here, he actually subbed on Icon Del Piero. How's that going on? Maybe it was a lone Del Piero. Who knows? So this guy is currently playing with 3 icons on the pitch, which is ridiculous. But what I was going to say about the midfielders is I think I'm actually going to get rid of Hamsik. A lot of you guys have been saying in the comments, or when you guys are on the live stream, you guys recommend me to get rid of João Mario. But João Mario comes up with so many big plays, breaking up plays in the midfield and scoring goals. I just can't get rid of him, especially when Hamsik is getting involved significantly less, and he's so expensive. So I think I'm actually going to replace Hamsik next, which might be arguably a downgrade. I don't know if I'm going to go for Pjanic. I don't know if I'm going to go for Marquisio. I need somebody else, because Hamsik he's not been bad, but he's not been good either. He's just like a body that I'm doing 1-2s off of in the midfield, and it's little more than that. So I think Hamsik might be the next one to go. João Mario's going to stick it out. I think if João Mario were to get informed, that would definitely be a card that I'd have my eyes on. So that's kind of our midfield situation going on over here. I think Hamsik just has to go, because for what he costs in his rating, I think I can get somebody better that will contribute more. So As you guys saw, we won that one. It was 6-4. Goals were just flying in all over the place. That Mustafi goal at the end was ridiculous. How was Mustafi volleying it on his weak foot and it's actually going in? So we did win that one, and it's good because we had to recover here. Now we really do have to win out. We can afford 0 losses if we want the title. And this guy had a couple of scream cards in there, and this great chance early on, unfortunately for us, does not go in. Vardy didn't manage to get enough power on that header to really provide any threat. We do make the breakthrough though through Lanzini. We play a nice through ball to him on the edge of the area, and he has space enough to make the long shot happen. And then right here, Luke Shaw's in acres of space, and sometimes those shots go in, sometimes they don't. You never know when it's Luke Shaw running onto that ball. Fortunately for us, that time it did go in, and we do go up 2-0. Now, prior to this goal actually going in, I was all over this guy. I had all the possession, all the shots. He really was just a spectator in this match, and you guys saw he queued up the pause, which usually means a rage quit, and he was out of there. So a good performance from us. I'll take a nice easy rage quit 2-0 win all day, and that's good because that actually pulls us out of the relegation zone. So we at least know that we are not getting relegated, which to be honest was probably unlikely, but we are at least out of the relegation zone nonetheless. So moving on to this next match, this guy's got your standard BPL team that you're going to see all year, 4-1-2-1-2. With actually just 2 Brazilian fullbacks in Dani Alves and Alexandro, so he's got good fullbacks out there. Our first chance came from a long shot. His keeper comes up big, and right here he's actually not really pressuring me, so I just decided to play a 1-2, and I wanted to give it back to Perisic, but somehow Perisic ended up on this weird deflection goal anyway, so a bit fortunate for us. We do go up 1-0 in this one. Now, Joao Mario is all by himself here, and he's got time and space to make this play. Perisic is clean on goal, and Perisic manages to finish. And honestly, guys, I think that is the first time out of all the matches I've played with Perisic where I actually managed to play him in and he was just one-on-one with the keeper. It seems like ever since he's been playing striker, it's like the runs aren't the same. Something's just not the same. That was literally, I think, the first time I've actually managed to do that. Thankfully, he finished, and we are 2-0 up in this game. We are eventually going to make this game 3-0. Of all people, Jordan Lukaku is going to get on the end of this on his right foot, and it goes in off the post. And guys, there are many games where you feel like the game just isn't working out for you. You feel like everything I'm shooting is not going in and everything my opponent is shooting is going in. And I say that this was definitely the case in this game, except I felt like I was the beneficiary. You saw in that last clip, Dele Alli was clean on goal, and I don't know how he does not finish that one-on-one. Gabriel Jesus does finally manage to pick up a goal, but at this point, I've scored 4 goals, and my goals were a little less likely, I should say, than his were. You see, this one comes off the post, just falls to Gomez. We make it 5-1. It just seemed like I could do nothing wrong in this game. Everything was working out nicely. Right here, it is 5-1, so I was trying to go for some more fancy stuff. I flick it over the keeper, and Joe Hart does take me out. I wish he wouldn't have, because that would have been really nice. I would have just flicked it clean over and scored into the empty net. But Perisic is going to convert from the resulting penalty, and that is actually Perisic's first hat trick. So maybe he's going to turn things around now. Who knows? You see here, Joao Mario has a long shot there from the free kick, kind of on the half volley, admittedly. And on the next corner, we're going to get this to Joao Mario again. We're going to do a drag back, try another long shot. Joe Hart comes up big for him, so that's 2 set pieces in a row. Finally, on the third set piece, we are going to score as we're going to swing this one in. It's going to fall to Koulibaly in the box, and Koulibaly with a very strange finish. Joe Hart should maybe be saving that. It's at his front post and everything. I bet Koulibaly's finishing is terrible, but like I said, it seemed like everything I was shooting was somehow, some way finding the back of the net, and we win that one 7-1, a complete demolishing of my opponent. But I'm not going to talk too much about that because in this next game, I'm going to let you guys know I get demolished, and it's pretty bad. And it's because this guy has striker Messi. I forgot this card was even in the game because I've never come up against him, and it seems like forever ago that inform came out. But the first goal from this game came from something so strange. So I noticed early on that he was just in behind too frequently with Neymar and Dembele, and I'm like, okay, it's the 7th minute. I need to put a stop to this now. So what I do commonly when I notice wingers are just constantly in behind, I set my fullbacks to stay back while attacking. I'm sure you guys do that as well many times, but something so bizarre happens when I go to resume match. If you guys look at my power bar right now, it immediately is fully powered up for some strange reason, and I pass straight down the middle to Messi, and he gets a goal, making it 1-0, and then I have to chase the game from there. That was just so weird for me. I don't know what was going on. I wasn't holding X. If you guys have been following this channel for a while, you guys know I never really give away goals like that. When I have a free kick, I make sure to hold L2 and make sure that short pass is on if I am going to do the short pass. So it was a bit unfortunate for us, so we have to fight our way back in this one. And fortunately for us, we actually do. You saw there we managed to pick one up with Lallana, and Lanzini is actually going to make this one 2-all. But after that, it seemed like all the luck that we had in the last game transferred over to this guy. This is admittedly a mistake from Smalling. I tried to clear it, and I should have done it with the clearance button, not by holding the lob pass button. That was a mistake for me. He actually managed to get it while I was powering up my clearance. And this goal right here kind of sums up the way the game was going. It was like literally he was scoring goals within 2 or 3 passes time and time again. You guys saw there was a goal kick. We win the header in midfield. It fell to one of his midfielders. 2 passes later, Neymar's in behind goal. I don't know if people put the instruction to get in behind on their wingers, but it seemed like this guy was just constantly in behind out wide. And you guys saw I made the change to stay back while attacking, but it made little to no difference. Dembele and Neymar just ran the show. It wasn't even Messi running the show. Dembele and Neymar were just constantly in all the time. Look at Neymar, all the acres of space he's in, and then look at Dembele at the top of your screen. He's in acres of space as well. I couldn't stop these wingers, and they destroyed me. So that last goal was finally the end of it. We lose that one 6-2. He had to just score one last one in the 90th minute, didn't he? But yeah, that was a big loss. But if you guys look at the stats right there, we weren't too far behind. We had 4 less shots than him, and that was about it. Everything else was fairly even, so it's fine. We got a bit of luck the game before. He got a little bit of luck the game after, and maybe those instructions he was running on his wingers were OP. Anyhow, moving on to the trading, you guys can see on your screen by now that we have managed to sell Inzaghi for 415,000, and we are now sitting at almost 560k. With these Douglas Costas on standby. I really hope that something happens, because if not, I'm probably going to take a loss. It's not going to be that significant, but I might lose like anywhere between 30 to 40,000 coins if things don't go my way. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you're all enjoying the series. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.